Hi everyone, today is March 23rd, 2022, and I read 1 Samuel chapter 23. Our chapter today starts off with the Philistines fighting against Keilah, and David actually ends up saving this place with, of course, God's blessings. Now, Keilah was a town with lots and lots of gates, and Saul, who heard about David's activity there, somehow takes it as a sign to kill him. Thankfully, God moves David out of Keilah and moves him to another place called Ziph. The Ziphites, however, go to Saul and tell him that he's more than welcome to come over and get rid of David, and although there were several close calls throughout this chapter, David successfully, in the end, escapes the hands of Saul. I have quite a few verses to mention to you guys today, so instead of reading them all out, I'm just going to point them out. The verses are verses 2 to 4 and 10 to 12, and I draw your attention to these because it clearly shows who David resorts to first. Unlike Saul, who constantly relies on the physical resources and the people around him, we can see that David runs to God. And I think I can personally learn a lot from David's choices in this chapter. I have to admit that it's been really hard to keep God as my number one, and he hasn't been the very core and center of my life lately. And I also know that this issue is an ongoing problem throughout the journey of faith, and that it can't be somehow miraculously solved one day through good works. Setting a realistic and practical application for myself, I have this nightly prayer that I do before going to bed, where I do an overview of the day, thank God for each of the blessings, and then pray for my family members, including myself. Now, I think it's completely fine to have a set system and routine, but what I hope for myself is that each word that comes out of my mouth during my prayers would be genuine. Today's takeaway was definitely a bit more personal rather than being a general lesson and reminder for everyone, but I really do hope that you guys learned a lot. That is it for today's journey, and I'll make sure to see you guys again tomorrow. Bye!